don't think we're getting our ruck in today. Look at this! Crazy. Yes, so we're inside.
We are inside.
Because outside is very Victorian.
Very Victorian. Very Victorian. We are very happy for the rain, I can tell you that much.
Yes, yeah, because I think the last time I saw you, it was dry as a chip. Super dry.
Yeah. So it's started raining, so that's nice, but it hasn't stopped for the last 24 hours pretty much.
Yeah, right.
So, which is good.
And it's the wind more so. Like, I don't mind a bit of rain, but it's blowing a gale, so I thought if we try to record a podcast...
Yeah, it'll be noisy.
Rain, it won't be very good at all. So instead we're doing a civilised... Can I keep that?
Yes, please. It's very... it's an academic paper, promotion for the research project. So we've popped those up around some public spaces, and also I sent them off to a couple of local newspapers. So there's a Nagambie Voice, a community voice in Nagambie, which is just a free newspaper.
Because that's what you want to try to get is...
locals. Locals. And then it's also being picked up by Shep News, which is a bigger story, so that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've got a bit of interest already.
Yeah.
Starting in about 3 weeks' time.
Nice.
Mid-August it will start.
So we're doing, I guess you can explain it way better than me. You reached out a while ago now, probably 6 months, maybe more.
Might even be more, because I started in July last year, the idea of it, and then it's sort of been evolving. So maybe it was just after that. And I looked up rucking backpacks, whatever, Australia. Yeah. And because all I could see was overseas, really. Yeah. And
what made you look for rucking? Did you have the idea of doing was it a personal interest thing, or was it the research idea come up first?
Oh no, personal first.
Okay.
And then so I wanted to do research. I've been wanting to go into that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do it just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
So it was always had a love of hiking. Came across a podcast from Andrew Huberman, and he was talking to Peter Attia.
My two favourite people.
They were talking about rucking and the benefits of rucking, and I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. Mm-hmm. So a friend of mine who we walk every weekend, we do like a 12K circuit in the national park sort of thing. Oh, yeah. We started adding a bit of weight. And her husband at the time was also looking into it and all that kind of thing. So we started putting weight on our backs, and I went, this is can feel definitely like the extra workload. Yeah. And
so were you just grabbing a backpack and putting rice or something in it?
It was very clunky.
What were you putting?
I put in kettlebells and a medicine ball and some little dumbbells. So it was big and bulky and hitting my back. I was like, that's not too comfortable. Anyway, then. Yeah, so as the research idea evolved when I looked at what was out there, there was quite a bit of evidence around the benefits for cardiorespiratory health. You know, your VO2 max improves if you do this. Yep. Obviously, because, you're putting more strain on your heart and your lungs, and everything's got to work harder when you're carrying weight while you're exercising.
With the joy of it being low impact walking.
Yeah, because I love walking. Yeah. And I love being in nature, so that was also part of it.
Were you studying, so did all this happen while you were in uni studying already?
Yeah, exercise science.
Yeah, right.
So my background way back when, in the first time at uni was health promotion, public health sort of thing. So I worked in that area for many years and had a family and all that kind of thing, but it was more around, so it was always mainly around physical activity and healthy eating anyway. That was sort of the areas
for a while.
Yeah. And then we moved to the country 12 years ago. So then it was kind of like an opportunity to do something else. And started teaching Pilates.
Oh, that's on a bit of a tear at the moment too.
Yeah. Has been in Melbourne in particular, like in the city, it's massive. Yeah. Here it's growing, but it's just less access to it. So I started doing that. People were asking about their bodies, and I wanted to know more. So that's why I went to exercise science. Yeah. So that was over at Latrobe in Bendigo. Okay. And then I always wanted to go on, when I was younger, to post-grad. But I was probably looking more masters public health or whatever. And through exercise science, it was going to be, am I off?
No,
it was going to be like exercise physiology or that's kind of, or physiotherapy is the main things that people go into if they want to do post-grad.
Yeah.
But the exercise, both of those are sort of more clinical setting, and I always wanted to be doing something like guiding walking and things like that. So that was another sort of area. So when I got the chance to do an elective at uni, I did a bushwalking subject with the outdoor ed students.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which was awesome. We went on camps and we're walking and whatever else. So it was always kind of that area.
And the study, like, are you looking, is the study more of an interest thing for you, like as a ticking off a life interest bucket list item, or are you actually really looking forward to getting into utilising it in a commercial standpoint out?
Not really in a commercial standpoint for me, no. It's more, I want to know the effects so that, you know, I mean, exercise science is based on science.
Yes.
So, you know, if I'm going to say, you know, do 10 reps and 3 sets of something, that's for a reason.
Yes.
So that's all been well studied. Yeah. And then when I looked into rucking, I could see quite a bit of evidence around the cardiovascular, cardiorespiratory benefits, but less so evidence around the strength effect. So,
and you know what, and a lot of and you've probably dove into the research a lot more than I have, but most of the research papers I've found when I've gone looking for particular like proof to things that are being talked about, they're military studies from a long time ago with like guys that are already fit wearing 65 pounds on their back. So like one of the things that drives me nuts is when you see all these people going, 2 to 3 times the calorie burn, and I'm like, that's 200 to 300%, and I'm like, there's no way. And then when it took me ages to find the research that initially came from, and it was a dude carrying a 65 pound pack, and I'm like, so we've got all these females walking with a 5 kilo vest on, thinking that they're getting 2 or 3 times the calorie burn, and I'm like, it's not right, it's not right. So when you reached out, I was like it's something, it's been on my list, and it's hard when you're not in the system. I approached a few not universities but sports science centres that are commercial businesses, and explained to them what I wanted to do, but none of them could kind of grasp it, and you know, and it was hard because they were like, how do we charge for it? So I kept hitting all these dead ends when I'm like, I really want to know what the calorie burn is for someone carrying between 5 and 10% of their body weight. And for me, I'm like, I've done some things personally with lactate threshold testing. And it's like, it's good. It gives me, like for me, I was carrying 10% of my body weight. I was getting between 30 and 50%. Depending on, and it was on a treadmill test. It was all very, and I ran it over consecutive days. Great. But that's me just with a mate,
N equals 1.
But it's not like, but to partner up with you guys and obviously a university that's got a lot of cred to it, that's amazing. And we're also partnering with another company that does a lot of bone scanning.
Great.
And I met up with them this weekend as well. I just was with them this morning. They're going to do a long-term research study on the bone density piece.
Fantastic.
So between you guys, so all of my research is happening in Victoria.
Great. Excellent.
Excellent. There's a lot happening actually in Victoria.
So that would be really interesting. It's just, I would have loved to have looked at bone density too, but it's outside
I'll connect you up with these guys too, because they were really interested when I was telling them what you were doing.
Great.
So I think there could be a really good crossover, and you know.
So we are doing DEXA scans, so we've got a pre-intervention measure, a control period of weighted walking, so where they'll do this trail here at Tahbilk for like two times a week, same trail that they're going to do in the weighted walking. And then we'll remeasure them. So that control period is giving us what's called intra-group variability.
And the aim is we want to get 18
people.
18 people walking with. Are you going to adjust their weight as they improve their fitness?
So their initial weight is going to be based on their their initial strength tests.
Yep.
So we're looking at doing an isometric mid-thigh pull, it's called.
Yep.
So,
we
that
just did them
test.
for my TV show.
Yeah, great.
On a valve machine.
Yes.
Yep.
So we have some belt equipment, but we'll be
shout out to
looking
Valve.
at, we've got some other force plates for research. But anyway,
Yep.
that's good. We have got some belt stuff. And I think it's good in that initial strength takes out it considers body weight, but it's more about strength in relation to body weight.
Yeah, and it's kind of, because it's a pull and it's coming from the leg, like it is probably the best way to work out how strong someone is in terms of rucking strength.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So rather
And
than
is it a percentage?
just body
So
weight. So we've gone, I think, a little bit conservative in that to keep it safe for everybody.
Yeah. Well, you can always go up, right? It's easy to go up than to come down.
Yeah. So if they come in below average for their gender and age, then they'll have 10% body weight. If they come in at average, they'll have 12.5%, and if they're above average, 15%.
Okay, cool.
That they're starting with. So
that's awesome.
so it's a good guide, but I think it's a little bit, still there's still an estimation involved in that for any kind of thing like this, because we don't have the same science behind it in terms of, like you do for other types of strength training.
Yep.
However, that's what we're trying to work out. What's the best way of sort of prescribing this to get an effect that we want.
And so they'll meet you twice a week.
Yep.
In this beautiful location, not so beautiful today, but it'll be an eco trail, so relatively flat, but it'll be a trail.
Yeah, so the trail's safe. It's it is a little bit bumpy in spots in terms of it's not
roots and
it's not that
it's
kind
not
of thing.
It's not an athletics track that they're working around in.
No, but that has its benefits too.
Yeah, for sure.
Physically, and obviously being in nature has great benefits psychologically as well as physically. So we'll meet. It'll be a guided walk twice a week. I'll keep the backpacks at other times just so that I know that I'm measuring their twice a week walk.
Right.
So someone's not picking up the backpack 5 times and upsetting the data if you like. And they might love it that much that they want to pick it up more. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
hopefully.
it's based on also helping people achieve national physical activity guidelines.
Right.
So in Australia, we're not great at achieving those.
What are the guidelines?
So it's 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise. So you could talk about walking.
About rucking?
Or
even just walking?
Yeah, walking and walking so that you've got a little bit, your heart rate's up.
You
might find it a bit hard to have a conversation,
Zone 2
but
sort of
not running that's vigorous. So you could do 150 to 250 minutes of that, or 75 minutes to 150 minutes of.
And so this trail's 6Ks.
6Ks.
So it'll probably take them.
Depending on their fitness,
60
maybe
to 90 minutes?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
And especially because they'll be
ideally
carrying
75
weight.
minutes, they do it twice, there's their 150 minutes.
Yeah, that's it. But in the guidelines, it also says muscle strengthening activities on at least twice a week, 2 days a week.
Yep.
So roughly about a quarter of Australian adults achieve that, and about a fifth achieve the aerobic fitness. So
That's pretty sad,
just over a fifth. So it's not great. So this is we're looking for ways to help people fit exercise into their daily life.
I think like we've been having conversations internally where I'm not sure, and this is something that I probably want to dive into a little bit further down the road. Like, I think that there should be some weight exercises separate to, like, I don't want people to think, because I'm rucking, I'm getting my strength training as well. Like, because I know the rucking adds weight, which will help build, and I will have a talk to you in a minute about my leg strength at the minute, but I know that it's building the bigger muscle groups like the glutes and the quads and the calves, and that'll help with utilization of glucose and all that sort of thing. But for me, I still want our community to be doing some other strength movements. Like, I don't want them to think that rucking is the be all and end all, and they don't have to ever lift a dumbbell or a kettlebell or.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because that's what we're looking at to see whether or not we can get it. Is there a similar effect?
Yes. Well, look, man, ultimately it would be awesome if there is, but
we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know yet.
The skeptic in me goes, like, and this is the.
If you want to grow your biceps, so a bicep curl.
But this is where our original product was the rucksack, which is what you're doing with the testing.
Yes, we are.
the ruck vest got launched, and it's just like I sell 1,000 ruck vests to one rucksack.
Yeah.
But the rucksack is designed that you can do all of the exercise. Like you can put the ruck on, go for a weighted walk, but you can walk to your nearest park. And then it's got 4 handles. You can use that weight to do overhead stuff. You can do squats. You can do burpee over bag. You can do...
Oh, you could too. Yeah, I never thought about that with the handles and stuff.
Well, and that's where, for me, and we've just had conversations about it recently, is that as a bit of media and a bit of like, because I find myself now, I'm just rucking. I'm not doing anything else but rucking, right? So I feel the fittest I've ever been, but I feel like I'm probably missing out on some upper body strength. Even though it sits upper body, but I'm not actually working upper body. I'm working lower body. And my leg muscles, so I've always had big calf muscles just from basketball, and I think it's like a pre-thing. But I noticed the other day, actually, I was doing a vlog in a cheap shit hotel in Albury on the way down, and I was in my undies, and I had a jumper on, I'm in my undies, but I'm doing this, like, look at and I happened to walk past a mirror, and I was stepping, and then I caught myself going, holy shit, and my thigh muscles.
Quads, It
looks like I'm a bloody Tour de France cycler. Like, it's so defined. And I never look at myself with, like, I've always got shorts or pants on, right? And I just happen to catch myself in my undies with this, like, I've got this, like, big defined split and everything in these muscles, and I'm like, and that's purely from rucking. And so I'm gonna do some media, because it shocked me, and I like, even to the point, one of our investors, I was like, dude, check this out. And like, I clipped the video with a little bit of me walking past the... So for me, I love it for that. Like, and I'm diabetic, so I'm like, anything, if I can build my muscles to be bigger, if I've got buns of steel and I've got these big quads and big calves, and like, they're the bigger muscle groups in the body, so I'm going to be getting a good positive effect from that.
Yes, absolutely.
But I still feel like I'm neglecting my core, even though that sits high, and like, I'm sure I'm getting core benefits, but...
So what we'll be looking at body composition, obviously. So that will give us lean muscle mass across the body, as well as and body fat percentage, you know? So, and it would give bone density, but over 6 weeks we're not getting a change in bone, so we need longer for that. But yeah, so you will see that you can see, if we want to, we can look at different parts, you know, that kind of thing. Particularly, you know, for this study, one of the primary outcomes I'm looking at is lower limb strength and that body composition. So and then we'll also measure the cardiorespiratory, the VO2 max. But
well, the cardio is kind of a no-brainer, because you can see, like, I've had people email us and go, oh, my Apple Watch is saying that I'm losing fitness. But I'm like, Apple Watch doesn't know that you're wearing weight, and you're walking the same route that you've done prior to putting 5 or 8 kilo on your back, and now you're walking with that, and your heart's working harder, and your watch is probably going, what the hell's going on? And so we've had that inquiry quite a bit.
There are some now that have got rucking involved, is that right? Have you got one?
I've got one here.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Joe. May I introduce you to Adam McDonald? This is Joe Nash. So Joe is the general manager here.
Oh, cool. And, beautiful property.
So I'm just waitressing in my time, my spare time.
So my 2 sponsors for the research.
Very lucky to have
I am very lucky. I sure am. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you. Wow.
So that's what I was trying to say before about small organisation, and I'm like, and there's a general manager there.
Nice.
So by chance, I rang up. I know, she does everything.
Yeah, I love these kind of operations.
Yeah.
I'd love to run an event out here. This would have been the perfect Miss Muddy property.
Yeah.
Like, perfect, but apart from the fact that it's a fair way away from big centres.
You don't want to make it too muddy.
No. Well,
but it's stunning. It really is. So they were devastated by the floods. Do you remember the Victorian floods a few years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is.
It was all under.
Oh, wow.
Their cellars and everything got flooded, and it was crazy.
All right, well, let's stop this to eat. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm super, super, super keen. How many weeks is the study going over?
So 2 weeks of unweighted walking,
Yep.
6 weeks of weighted walking.
So 2 months basically.
Yeah.
So we'll know by spring.
So end of October, once I get my testing intervals in between as well.
Okay.
It's a week here and there. End of October we'll finish.
All right. Well, we'll circle back.
Then we'll analyse the data.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind coming back maybe for their last walk.
Yeah, great.
Or maybe when they do their last scan or something. Yeah. I'll come back down.
Yeah, fabulous.
That'll be cool.
Awesome. Right. That'll be great. Thanks, Adam.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.